Well, the Independent National Electoral Commission has fixed Saturday, 15th of April, for governorship, national and state assembly supplementary elections. The Commission made the disclosure in a statement issued on Monday. Arising from its meeting held today, the Independent National Electoral Commission has decided that all outstanding governorship, national and state assembly supplementary elections will take place on Saturday, 15th April 2023. The announcement comes barely 1 week after the governorship elections of Kebbi and Adamawa states were declared inconclusive. Last Monday, the elections in Kebbi and Adamawa were declared inconclusive due to breaches of electoral laws that led to cancellation of results in polling units within 20 of the state's 21 local government areas. Well, joining us on the news is the Chairman, Transition Monitoring Group, Awal Rafsanjani. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 7. Well, some of the reasons INEC gave for declaring the elections in Kebbi and Adamawa State inconclusive include violence, destruction of electoral materials, among others. Do you see INEC able to overcome these hurdles and conclude the process as scheduled now on the 15th of April?
Thank you very much. I think we have to remember that some of the politicians who have figured out they were not going to win election, and given the fact that there's no room for monumental rigging as they used to do before because of the use of technology, so the only option available for them is to disrupt the electoral process, the election, and therefore, will now force INEC to declare, or rather to cancel the election. So we have to be very vigilant here. The security agencies have to be very, very apt to ensure that some few people did not disrupt the election to enable them achieve their goal by making sure that the election is cancelled. Because if, for example, a party A has supporters, has more votes, they are likely going to have some few ones that did not have enough votes to disrupt the process. So in this case, the only option we have is to ensure that there's a maximum security put in place to ensure that the wishes of the people are not truncated as a result of the engineered violence that they will want to do. So INEC alone cannot do it. It needs the support and the cooperation, as usual, of the security agencies, particularly the police, and even those ones that are not visible, to ensure that any group of persons coming to foment trouble are actually prevented, and that people who come to peacefully conduct the election or vote, whoever they want to vote, are allowed to vote, and they are not disenfranchised as a result of the irresponsible behavior of some people who probably are rented to come and disrupt the election. I think it is important to note that while politicians are doing everything possible to sabotage themselves by ensuring that they engage in this violence, there must be deterrent to that. There must be consequences, and it's because in the past people get away with all these atrocities. That is why they can go and organize and mobilize, young people energy for negative thing. So, but Transition Monitoring Group and other civil society organizations have been going around to sensitize and educate the young people, not allow anybody to use them for political violence, because violence never profits anybody. And even the politicians themselves, they need to understand that they need to be alive, they need to be, healthy before they enjoy the dividends of democracy. So engaging in electoral violence is a major setback.
A major setback it is indeed. And talking about the people who would themselves go to the polls on 15th of April now, we know that elections in Nigeria are characterized by restriction of vehicular movement, among others. It's usually like, there is a pause on people's daily activities. How willing and ready do you think the people, the voters in these polling units would be to actually come out and exercise the franchise on that day?
Well, They would, if they are assured that their vote is not going to be, if they vote a particular party and the party won, if they are sure that the party will be declared, winner, I'm sure they will come out. But if they have a feeling that, it's going to be a state managed, using all sorts of illegality to undermine them, they may be discouraged to come out. But we have been mobilizing Nigerians not to give up. They need to come and, perform this, civic responsibility, because if you are complaining of bad leaders, you need to make sure that you come and get the bad leaders out. And if you have good and reputable, credible person that you think going there will help improve governance, you have to also come to make sure that you support them to get in there so that you can actually even hold them accountable. But if you stay away, it will be extremely difficult for you to demand accountability from these people. You have to participate. And in this case, your participation, it is to come and cast your vote peacefully, responsibly, and get away. And it is also expected that the INEC itself will also learn from the previous mistakes or previous error that have happened, especially with regard to not use of Arab and other devices that were supposed to be used in the election. So we are hoping that the past mistakes would have been corrected in this also exercise that will take place. And we as civil society, as Transition Monitoring Group, we will observe, document, and make our recommendation to INEC. And I want to also use this opportunity to once again remind the civil society organization that their primary responsibility is to observe, document, and make recommendation to improve electoral process, not interfere with INEC process. We are not supposed to, tell INEC what to do. Our own is to observe the processes and ensure that we document it so that INEC can improve it and ensure that in the subsequent election, no such kind of errors continue to happen.
Chairman, Transition Monitoring Group, Awar Rafsanjani, thank you for talking to us on TVC News at 7.